Do you believe in hypnosis? The thought of being under someone else's control can be scary, but could also make you laugh if you aren't being the one being hypnotized. You do have the chance to see your friends fall under a spell, or you, if you dare, at HYPROV. Improv Under Hypnosis at the Mabel Tainter Theater in Menomonie on September 16th. It stars Master Hypnotist Asad Mecci and a very familiar face, Colin Mochrie, the star of the long-running Whose Line Is It Anyway? And they're both joining us here this morning on Daybreak. I just want to say thank you guys for joining us. So HYPROV combines hypnosis and improv in a live show format with the audience being hypnotized. Asad, how exactly does that work?
So I'm the master hypnotist on the show, Stephanie. I bring up 20 volunteers. I hypnotize them, whittle it down to the best 5 or 6 hypnotic subjects. Enter Mr. Colin Mochrie from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Colin then improvises with the people on stage while they're under hypnosis.
So how do you whittle it down to who is the most susceptible? How does that work?
So I'm looking for changes in rate and location of respiration. So breathing changes, skin color changes, skin tonus changes, lacrimation of the eyes, so the eyes start to tear up. I'm looking for vasodilation, so the capillaries in the eyes become engorged. I'm actually looking for some physiological tells, kind of like what poker players look for when they're looking for tells in their opponents.
Very, very interesting. Now, Colin, you have obviously so many years of improv under your belt. What is it like to be able to do it on stage with people who are hypnotized?
Well, if you've seen Whose Line, you know I'm very familiar working with people with vacant eyes. So it's just really easy. It's the best thing about this is the hypnotized subjects are pure improvisers. They react to everything that Asad and I say without hesitation. They just naturally respond to whatever we give them. And every night we find a new improv star, whether it's a 24-year-old young woman with social anxiety to an 80-year-old stroke survivor. It just seems to bring out the best in people.
So what was the inspiration for your end, to get involved in this show?
I like working in an arena where I don't feel comfortable. I find the more on my toes I am, the more fun it is for me and the more exciting. I couldn't think of being more out of my comfort zone than working with 5 people who I've never met before, who have no improv experience and are in a hypnotic trance. It seemed like everything on my bucket list.
So you guys created this show in Canada and have taken it across the pond to London. So what can our audience here in Western Wisconsin expect from the both of you?
Oh, the show's going to be fast-paced, action-packed, high energy. We've got Mr. Colin Mochrie from Whose Line, so most importantly, hysterical.
No pressure.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Now, the show does need volunteers to be hypnotized and be on stage with Colin Mochrie himself. If you are interested in doing improv with him and being hypnotized, you can visit this story on WQOW.com for more details.